Every 30 seconds, another human becomes a victim of human trafficking.
1 in 6 runaway children fall victim to human trafficking.
There are 20.9 million victims, and 68% of them are trapped.
I'm Marissa Matsanoff. I am the reigning Miss Heart of Ohio Teen USA. And with that title, I have a platform. And my platform happens to be human trafficking awareness and prevention and education. So I've spent my past 2 years learning about it, advocating for victims, meeting new people, and meeting former victims of human trafficking, and trying to figure out new ways to educate the community and fundraise for former victims. So, sex trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar industry, even though it's illegal. It's an awful thing. It's a form of slavery, and a lot of people like to say it's modern-day slavery. Examples of it could vary from prostitution, underage prostitution, if you'd like to consider that, like teenager prostitution. There's no such thing as a teenager willingly selling themselves for sex, so that is human trafficking. So a lot of situations consider with prostitution. About human trafficking?
Yeah.
I think that they should learn the numbers and how close to home it is, especially for us. It's right next door and we don't even know about it. So I think it's important for teenagers to know that. But not only that, to stay very aware on social media, and that's like one of the #1 spots for traffickers to connect with you, whether they be a catfish or something like that. They track down vulnerable looking people on social media. So keep your social media safe and like not necessarily perfect, but trimmed, and nothing giving away your location, anything like that. That's super important to know about keeping yourself away from human trafficking and protected. Sex trafficking is extremely prevalent in Ohio, specifically Central Ohio. Recent studies show that Ohio is 4th in severity for human trafficking and sex trafficking because of the traffic flow up north toward Toledo, and it brings it right down to here. So that's where you see it a lot, and you also see in areas with demographics including kids in broken homes and kids that want to run away. And usually runaways get put into places or situations where it's more dangerous, or into drug trafficking or labor trafficking, which leads to sex trafficking. And it's in those types of areas. It's in, Ohio, as I said, but in just areas where demographic is slightly less supportive, family supportive. I think it affects everyone. I think we can all say we have been, touched in some way from either seeing a news report about someone getting put into modern-day slavery or hearing about it in some way. But like I said, just kids in broken homes, kids with mental illness.
Trafficking is put in over children and men. It's an economic impact. It affects family life in America because families are torn apart by sex trafficking.
Specific demographic, or do you see it everywhere?
I think you see sex trafficking everywhere. Anyone can be sex trafficked in many different ways. I mean, if you think about like the Super Bowl is one of the largest places where people get sex trafficked, and so I don't think it's just people of one specific race or gender or ethnicity. It can be literally anyone.
Be aware, anyone can fall victim to human trafficking anywhere at any time. If we see something, we must say something. No one should have to suffer through the trauma of human trafficking. Let's end this now.